Hey everybody, welcome back to Sylvia's sweet reactions. And today we are going to be doing my long overdue Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom review. So I have notes from watching it. When I watched it, I literally took notes as I was watching it. What is those official movie reviewers that go to movies and they have to write down? I'm like, it sucks because you can't really fully enjoy the movie because you're constantly having to write down notes and observe what you're seeing. So yeah. So it's been 4 years since the last movie. And Aquaman and Mira got married, and then they had a baby. His son is Arthur Jr. And in that 4-year time span, he got a seahorse that glows named Storm. So I think those are the two things that and he basically fell into the role of being a king, and you could tell he's frustrated because he's just first of all, there's a council. There's a council that basically kind of rule with him, basically our government in America. There's the president, which is basically the face, the royal family, and then you have literally the 3 branches of government that's under that kind of work under the president, and but the president has to get permission and full okay with everything before things are actually executed. That is basically that in Aquaman. Overall, the movie to me, I'm one of those people that honestly I gave it a chance, and honestly, unlike everybody else who hates Amber Heard, I don't hate. Surprise, surprise. I don't hate Amber Heard. Yes, I do believe what she did to Johnny Depp was wrong, because the whole Me Too movement and women against abuse is real. It's absolutely real. Women every single day are being abused by men or women. They're in abusive relationships, and for someone to take that platform and manipulate it and try to, he wasn't able to be in the Harry Potter movie, and it's not Harry Potter, it's the Crimes of Grindelwald. He couldn't be in that because of the whole situation, and I'm yeah, that's not fair to his career. While your career is starting to flourish, his is sinking. I agree. What she did was wrong, but I don't hate her, and I don't think she's a horrible actress. And I wasn't what's the word? I wasn't going to sit there and judge the movie just because she's in it. Oh, I don't want to see her in it because of what she did. Okay, I get it. But she had already signed the contract. She has already been paid for the movie. The movie had already been filmed or almost done filming or halfway done filming. So it's not right to then cut her out the movie. People have timed that she was literally in the movie for about 4 minutes and 58 seconds. I think it was a perfect amount of time for her to be in the movie. I do want to watch the version of the movie where she has more screen time. I would buy, when the DVD comes out, I would buy that version to see her more because she is a good actress. Okay, she did something wrong, but she's still a good actress. I loved her in the first movie. I loved her chemistry with Jason Momoa. Sorry. But overall in the movie, she played her role right. She is the queen. This is a non-spoiler version of the movie. Her as the queen, his wife, and mother of his son. Yes, she's not really, they don't really focus on their marriage as they most likely planned to because of the situation that had happened. But the glimpse that I did see, it seemed like they were very nice, sweet, and fun, and a loving couple that care about each other and their family. So I'm just like, to me, her as that role, great. Arthur, I feel like his role is just trying to keep the peace between the land and the sea. It's a struggle for him from what I saw. Then you have Manta. I have to say, he is by far one of the greatest villains in the DC. I'm sorry, but those overpowered villains that we've had before in Superman and Batman versus Superman, where they're fighting each other, and then there's Apocalypse and all this other crazy nonsense. To me, Aquaman and Aquaman in the Lost Kingdom had one great human villain. One great human villain. He played his role excellent. I honestly, like, to me, he's up there with Killmonger for me, because Killmonger, you resonate with the villain. You resonate with the villain. You know what drives them. Why are they like this? And to see that their mind gets warped and the way it does because of what has happened to them, it's like, well, look, but you can tell there is because of circumstantial stuff that happened to them and the choices that they made is why they became villains. And then they put all their blame on the hero or the family of the hero. Specifically with Manta, he literally hates Aquaman. So, yeah. Ocean Master, I have to say, I liked him. I like his character. I like his character a lot because he was raised to rule the sea. He knows all of the good and the bad. He knows all the secret places in the sea, the stories, the stuff like that. He was raised to rule. And I love the compare and contrast of he was raised to rule and his brother has the job that he was supposed to have, and his brother is very unorthodox with the role that he should have had. So it's like, it's pretty funny seeing them and their personality, because Arthur is very laid back and chill and kind of funny, and Ocean Master, he is, Orem, he is very serious. He's a very serious guy. He's not very like happy-go-lucky, silly. Like, I think Mara would have been bored and not probably like really loved him. She would only like did her duty and been married to him, but I don't think she would have been happy with him. But she's happy with Arthur because of his personality and the fact that he's Jason Momoa. I'm just like, so yeah. that's my overall view of the movie, with the characters and how they are. The story itself, I like the story. I have to say, I do like the story. I do like where the purpose of the story is revenge and brothers, and at the all of it, it was a solid movie. I really didn't have that much complaints about it. There was some sense of mystery. There was some sense of worry for the main characters. It wasn't like the characters were like all powerful. Like, no, like I was actually worried that somebody was going to kick the bucket. Like, multiple people at one point in this movie I thought was going to kick the bucket. Not gonna lie. So that's spoiler free version of this review was, I give it a 4 out of 5. And I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 because I do like the overall story. I do love the character development. I do love the special effects. But I'm one of those people that wish they would have just kept the movie the way it was, not trimmed the fat. I would have watched all of it. I feel like that because a lot of people had hate for Amber Heard and protested for Amber Heard, that the movie suffered a bit, because to me, I only got one scene where Arthur actually cares about his wife. I only got one scene where, like maybe 2 scenes when Arthur and Mira are actually a happy married couple. I can't really dive into it in the spoiler-free version, but I just feel like it would have been nice to see more. And that's the only reason why I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. Now, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. All right. If you don't want the spoiler alert version, stop the video right here, right now. All right. There is one shout out that I have to give to, and that's Randall Park, who plays Dr. Stephen Shin. When I tell you, him as a scientist, he was the most blackest he was the most blackest person in this movie. I don't care what anybody say. I don't care what anybody say. You have to, like, when you really, like, think about him, his character, just, like, his... Okay, so he's not on the poster, but the whole movie, he's, like... he's looking at Black Manta. The whole movie. Like, this nigga is tripping. He's just like, yo, like, all right, so back to my notes. When we first see Manta, they're in the Arctic. They're trying to find some type of weapon or whatever, basically for him to rebuild his suit and to become powerful enough, strong enough, powerful enough to basically kill Aquaman, right? That's his whole motive for the damn movie. So there's this black tentacle thing, because they fall down, and this black tentacle thing beats on this ice, and it kills the guy that's injured. And I was just like, I'm like literally like Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's rough, buddy. He gets murdered. The only reason why the other guy basically survives, which was Dr. Shin, is because he hid under the machine that fell down with them. And then he tells Black Manta, Manta's like, what the hell happened to you? And he was just like, there's something down there. And he was like, oh, really? Okay, we're going to go down there. He looking like, where the monster is that just killed somebody. Like, why would we go there? Like, why would we do that? And then I like, when I was watching it, I was just like, it's obviously I literally put Black Tentacles thing is guarding the place. Didn't know what the place was, but when you see the little creatures, it's like they're mutated creatures. And I'm like, where and what are y'all around? What was happening? Right? So we got Arthur over here living his best life, a little depressed and annoyed with being a king. His favorite part about being a king so far is actually fighting pirates and beating up people, and then hanging out with his dad and his wife and being around his son. But you got Black Manta over here on a mission. He is on a revenge mission. So I'm like, okay. He finds the green trident at the bottom of the sea because he didn't listen, and then the black tentacle thing knocked his ass to the ground. He finds the green trident. It's the green trident. Yeah, it's green. It's in the poster. He takes it. He puts it together. It's broken. So I'm like, okay, you gonna put this together? Might be a bad idea. So it's like you had the one true king's trident, which is, you know, the true king trident, like the only king that can have the true trident, which is the true king of the sea, is someone that can talk to fish animals. He can legit talk to them. And it's like honestly very rare, and I love that they made it very rare, like as a rare, unique ability, because his Arthur's son wound up having that ability because it's from his father. So, yeah. So then we get to the council doesn't want to reveal themselves to the surface world unless they are going to eradicate the surface world, not coexist with them. So this is why Arthur is like bored. We got, like I said, we got Black Manta over here, found the green trident over here, trying to destroy shit. Then you got Arthur sitting here like sitting here bored because he's being told no. And he's like, the only way we are going to be able to stop global warming and this and that is if we work together with the surface world. If they know of our existence, they know that we are down here and that they're screwing with our world, they would give them a sense of, we shouldn't be doing this. We would be better working together. Whole purpose of why he's the true king, because he fights for the land and sea. And that's exactly what his mom said in the first movie. Like, you're my son and I'm from below, but your father is from land and you were raised on land, but you are the king, future king of the sea. You're the best of both worlds. And it was irritating me as well, because they were just like, the one little fish thing was like, well, why did you think we backed Ocean Master in eradicating everybody? Because we believe that we are superior, they're inferior, and they're stupid, and they keep screwing up the planet, and we're suffering for it. So, yeah. The substance that Black Manta was collecting, the orchrium, I couldn't really pronounce it. The fact that they couldn't eradicate it or dispose of it, and all they could do was store it, was crazy. It's like the idea of, like, that's like a nuclear bomb Like you can't like it. You have to bury it and store it because it's if you can't dispose of it, it's toxic, and it's like as a society you like start to think like there's a lot of stuff that like that's man-made that is harming the earth. But Black Manta have been stealing all of these things for 5 months since he found the trident, and the only time he get caught is when he actually goes to Atlantis itself, which I was like, that's so ballsy. You have huge balls to go to Atlantis itself and steal, and thinking you're going to get out alive. They barely got out alive, barely. Mara got hurt in one of the blasts, and I love this part where Arthur is like, stay away from my wife, and Black Manta's like, it wasn't good enough for you to not only steal your brother's kingdom, but you gonna steal his girl too. I was dying. I was cracking up. I was like, hey yo, no, he did not just come for him like that. No, he didn't. And he was just like you can tell Arthur like kind of like had that thought like I really did. Like I took his kingdom and I took his girl. Like so I did like that. And so yeah, the Orcrium thing heats up the planet. Manta goes to the Devil's Deep. It's Devil's Deep. That it's because of the Orcrium, it mutated plants and animals and made them monstrous. When I tell you, I saw a big ass rat dead and it was being eaten by something, and I was just like, y'all just gonna sit there and watch? I would have just walked away. Like I'm not even gonna sit there and just look at the dead rat. It's huge. It's as big as a house. I'm gonna just instantly run. And then you got these like weird, it was grasshoppers, and they were like huge. And then the plants are eaten. It was a beautiful butterfly. It was a big ass butterfly, and then they got eaten by a flower. And I was just like, well, that nice moment went away. And then it was like this whole thing. But like I said, the doctor, I knew that if you're watching the movie, you could tell the doctor was going to flip on Manta. You just didn't know when. And I like that the doctor was like, I know I'm going to get killed if I betray him. And this part, when Arthur, is it before or after? I forget. Okay, so there's a part, so Arthur's son gets kidnapped, right? I don't know if them going to Devil's Deep was before or after that. Yeah, I don't know if it was before or after that. I forget. But that's when the doctor was just like, oh, this nigga tripping. When he was like, you know, like he's going to take the baby, basically like he going to take the baby. He was like, oh, you tripping. Like, you going to take a baby? You want to take a baby. And then like Ocean Master was like, you know, they need royal blood. So he was like, Ocean Masters didn't know that him and Mara had a kid. Of course, because he was locked up. So it was just like, when they all was like, he was like, it's only mom, me, and you are royal blood. So it was just, then everybody look at each other like, oh shit. And then Manta kidnaps the baby. And then here's where I had the big WTF. How the fuck Manta knew he had a kid? You get what I'm saying? Like, what? How You get it was bothering me. Like, that was bothering me because there was no indication, it was nothing that was shown in the movie for Manta to be like, he has a kid, I'm going to go take his kid. He just popped the fuck up at the house and it was the baby there. That didn't make sense to me. That was like literally my pet peeve, because it would have made sense that if when he attacked Atlantis and Arthur Jr. was there, if he was there and Mara, and he saw like Mara like pass a baby to somebody, and then, then he would have been like, they have a kid. You get what I'm saying? Like that, it would have made sense if he would have saw him, like Mara protecting, like handing him off to someone, and then she goes to fight, right? If he would have saw that, right? And then would have been like, they have a kid, I'm going to go take that baby, right? But there was no scene, no whatsoever, where he was like, they have a child. It was kind of like a guess. Okay, they've been together. They've been together for a couple of years. They might have a kid. So I'm gonna go see. Right? I don't like that. I feel like they should have imported something for him to be like, I'm gonna go take that baby. But the doctor, when he was like when he saw the baby in his room, and he shut the door, he was like, oh, you took a baby? You took a baby. And then I'm like, yo, that doctor was just like, yo, that, like, you already tripping, but now you take somebody's baby? Oh, no. And then he tries to save the baby. I do love Mara and how, like, she reacted when she didn't give a fuck about Arthur's dad. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't give a fuck if you alright. Where's my kid? Where's my kid? If you could breathe, if you're still breathing, talk. Where's my child? I don't care about nothing else. She reacted like any mother would. I'm sorry, it could be my mama, it could be my dad laying on the ground. Where's my kid? Like, love you to death, but where's my child? And her scream like, no! I felt that. My son got lost in a grocery store one time. When I tell you I panicked, I screamed for my child. Like, it's that instant heart-wrenching feeling, like, where is my child? Where's my baby? Did somebody just take my baby? Like, I felt that in my core. I really loved that part. Even though it was brief, I really loved that part. The whole fight scene, and Mara's dad really don't like Orm. He really don't like him. It's really funny to me, because he really doesn't like him. Ooh, this is about to be 30 minutes. Let me wrap this up. It was funny. It was funny how he kept playing him, because he doesn't trust him. But I love the overall of letting him go and and then they did reveal themselves at the end, because Orm, like I said, he said, you have to lead. You can't just kind of let them keep telling you what to do. You are the king. You tell them what the fuck they're going to do. And what can they do? They're going to listen. You have to lead in order for people to follow. So lead. And he did at the end. He started to really come into his own as the king of Atlantis. It was one thing of becoming the king of Atlantis, but being a king, different thing. So overall, I give the movie, like I said before, 4 out of 5. It was good. I would rewatch it. I would. Alright, that's all for my Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom review. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Let me know what you think in the comments below. These are my books. They are on Amazon. My first book is Legacy Born, and my second book is Demons Rising. See you later, you guys.